While I was out enjoying the beautiful morning, engaged in some much-needed time behind the goggles, a thought came to me, a thought that I think is one that needs to be shared. So I want to take a moment to speak directly to you, not as some expert with flawless lines, and definitely not as a pilot who has it all figured out, but as someone who has been in the same field dust, smelled the same hot motors, felt the same mix of excitement and frustration that you probably know all too well. This is for anyone who's ever hesitated to plug in because they were worried their flying wasn't good enough, anyone who watches someone else rip a perfect flow and thinks, why can't I fly like that? Anyone who has ever forgotten, even briefly, why they started flying FPV in the first place. If that's you, pull up a chair, grab a battery or 10, and let's talk. There's an unspoken myth in the FPV world that great pilots are just naturally great. That some folks put on a pair of goggles and bam, they're doing power loops, trippy spins, inverted yaw slides, and knife-edge orbits like they were born with a radio in their hands. You and I both know that isn't true. Every amazing pilot you admire has a folder of forgotten DVR footage filled with crashes, turtle mode fails, bent props, and packs that lasted 20 seconds before hitting a tree. Every single one. FPV is one of those hobbies where improvement happens slowly, then suddenly, all at once. It's easy to look at Instagram clips, YouTube edits, and those perfect GoPro reels, and forget that what you're seeing is the highlight of their day, not the whole story. You're not seeing the warm-up packs. You're not seeing the times they overshot their gaps or slammed the concrete at Mach chicken speed. You're not seeing all the attempts that didn't make the final cut. Comparing your flying to someone else's finished edit is like comparing your first draft to someone's polished novel. It's not a fair comparison, and more importantly, it doesn't matter. Sure, there's competitive sides to FPV. You've got racing leagues, freestyle battles, award-winning cinematic teams, and if competition is what drives you, that's awesome, chase that. But for most of us, the heart of FPV isn't competition, it's freedom, it's creativity, it's building something with your own two hands and sending it skyward. It's the ritual of the morning charge session. It's field meetups where you talk gear for hours and fly for minutes. It's the feeling of carving through the air with nothing separating you from that motion but the goggles on your face. FPV is the closest many of us will ever get to real flight. And that experience, your experience, isn't diminished just because someone else flies differently than you. You don't have to hit the same lines as the top pilots on YouTube. You don't have to fly the fastest or the smoothest or the most technical. You don't have to send long-range packs that reach mountains or rip bandos like a demolition derby on steroids. You just have to fly in a way that makes you smile. And if the smile is there, you're doing it right. Some pilots get stuck thinking they aren't progressing fast enough. They think their dives are sloppy, their turns aren't smooth, their throttle control is messy, their lines aren't clean. But FPV isn't a straight road upward. It's a series of plateaus, breakthroughs, backslides, frustration, epiphanies, and the occasional, holy crap, I didn't know I could do that. Every bit of the journey is worth celebrating. You want to know a secret? Some of the most fun packs I've ever flown weren't the ones where I nailed every move, but the ones where I explored something new. The first time I hit a gap I wasn't sure I could hit. The first time I committed to a dive that I had hesitated on in the past. The first time I flew backwards through a structure just because it felt cool. Those moments stick with you more than perfection ever will. Your best flying isn't behind you, and it isn't happening on someone else's channel. It's happening every single time you plug in and try something new. Every pack, whether messy or gorgeous, is a step forward. Let's talk about community for a moment. Because as much as FPV is a solo experience in the goggles, it's a shared experience on the ground. Pilots love to talk about flying as much as they love to fly. We troubleshoot together, we build together, we solve problems together, and honestly, we commiserate together. There's a special camaraderie that comes from standing in a field with someone who understands why you have 3 soldering irons, an entire box of spare parts, and a backpack heavier than most toddlers. And here's the thing. No one in this community wants to see you fail. No one is judging your skill level. No one cares if you can or can't do the latest must-learn trick. Other pilots just want you out there with them, plugging in packs, flying, laughing about crashes, and celebrating the good flights. If you've ever flown with a group, you know exactly what I mean. The cheers when someone nails a risky line, the collective groan when someone loses video behind the wrong tree, the moment of silence when someone says, I don't know where it went, followed by a search party tromping through the bushes. Flying with others reminds you that FPV isn't just about performance, it's about people. Sometimes pilots put off flying because they're waiting for the perfect conditions, no wind, perfect flight, fully charged packs, zero obligations, a brand new location, or a fully dialed in quad without so much as a hint of vibration. But let me tell you, perfect days are rare. And they're overrated. Some of the best flights happen on the days when conditions are questionable. The wind is annoying, the spot isn't that exciting. The joy comes from the flying itself, not the perfection surrounding it. Charge a few packs and get out anyways. Even if it's windy, even if it's cold, even if the spot is your usual field or parking lot. even if your quad has a little prop wash, even if it's a boring spot, even if you only have time for 2 packs. A short session is still a session, and you will never regret the time spent in the air. At its core, FPV is passion. If you strip away the gear, the edits, the online comparisons, and the pressure to improve, what's left is the reason you started. The first moment you saw the world from the quad's perspective, and something inside you said, this is incredible. Hold on to that feeling, protect it. Fly because you love to fly, not because you're trying to catch up to someone else. Fly because it quiets your brain. Fly because it feels like freedom. Fly because even the crashes make great stories. Fly because the world looks different through a set of goggles, vaster, more playful, more alive. Fly because the sky does not care how skilled you are. It doesn't keep score. It doesn't rank you. It just waits. Here's something important to keep in mind. You might be someone else's inspiration without even knowing it. Someone might see your flying and feel motivated to try something new. Someone might watch your learning curve and think, this is a pilot I can relate to. Someone might witness your persistence and say, if they're still at it, I can be too. You don't have to be flawless to inspire others. You just have to be present. You just have to be flying. So here's my challenge to you. Stop scrolling. Stop comparing. Stop doubting. Charge your packs. Grab your goggles. Pick your spot, new or familiar, big or small. Fly. Not perfectly, not competitively, not for social media. Just fly. Feel the sticks under your fingers. Feel the quad respond. Feel the world falling away as the air becomes your playground. Feel the joy, the camaraderie, the simplicity of being in the moment where nothing matters except the connection between you, your quad, and the sky. That feeling is the heart of FPV, and it's yours every time you plug in. So get out there. The sky's waiting. Never stop flying.